Welcome everyone to PowerWash Simulator 2, Caldera County. Hey, there's Muckingham. Looks like we have a lot of places we could choose from here. I can pet the kitty! Pet Bubbles! I gotta remember how to duck. I get a pet. Pet your kitty. There's another kitty over here. I'm gonna pet him. I'm gonna pet the kitty. Look at me. There's me and the other kitty. Let's see. Me and some other power washers. Oh, look at us. We have a storefront here, I think. We've really stepped up our, wow. We did such a good job. We're a big booming business now. All right. Yeah. Ah, there's the old van. Ooh, a really beautiful day out here. Let's see. Do, 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 do. I hear the kitties purring away. Close my office door. Wonder if I have employees. Who were the pacifists? Pull my finger? What's the mayor up to? Uh-oh. Focal point. Enigmatic. Billionaire Blake thrust. Did he mean to destabilize Mount Rushless? Aliens or big tech? Yeah, I assume they're the kittens from the cat before, you know. Pet caring intro. You know, at least we're reading up on pet care and making sure that we're professional about it. The moon. Caldera County cryptids. Uh-oh. Hey, Mr. Dinosaur. There's me going down the slide. Oh, I remember doing that one. Had all 3 cats. Got some achievement for that. I don't know if that's going to show up on screen, though. No. Probably because I told it not to capture. I'm still learning some of this, by the way. Let's see. Capture third-party overlay such as Steam. There we go. Now you should be able to see it when it pops up. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I petted Mr. Kitty. Yes, I petted Mr. Kitty. Access stored to the community map of the upstairs office. Alright, well that's where I am. How do I do it? Oh, I have more options now. How do I select a job? Great news. You fully moved in and the removals vans moved to the wash bay. Waiting your expertise. Okay, let's do it. Two seconds in and already a ping. It's going to be fast. Now, I don't know how many missions are in this game. I'm assuming there will be maybe twice the amount as before, which is good. It gives us something to do. Of course, I believe we started this off with a vehicle the first time, didn't we? That was the first thing we washed. Hint system still in place. Is it a different button for the hint system now? We'll have to figure that out as we go. Righty, so the glass might be a different nozzle, maybe? Haha. Oh, okay. Switch to short nozzle. We'll switch to orange. Oh, okay. Okay. I get how that works now. I'm doing keyboard for this. With PowerWash, it's easier for me to do mouse and keyboard than it is to do controller. Controller's just a pain in the ass for this. I would do everything by keyboard and mouse if I could, but I'm just too old and set in my ways, you know. Some games I really can only play with the controller. But that's okay. We make it work. You really don't see vehicles this squared anymore. Kind of a rare sight. I was thinking maybe we could do a Pokemon stream, but then I thought, nah. Pokopia and Pokemon Ultra Sun, the two games we're playing at the moment, both use a real world clock, and it would be nighttime in game. And I figured, we'll save that for daytime. I was just looking for any excuse to start this game too, to be honest. Since I enjoyed the first one so much. Oh my god. Woo. I did not realize the back would be open. Okay. I do clean faster since we kind of got used to it. Smiley face. I wonder if we can close the door. Let's find out. Get this metal piece. Now, I can't close it, but it's okay. Oop, hold up. How did this get this dirty? Like, how are they going to justify all the dirt and grime this time? Because first time it was like a volcano. Yeah, I let my sleep get fucked up. Draw happy fish. Which one of these is gonna be? Unfortunate, let my sleep get fucked up. Happy face. So, I'm going to try to stay up today and reset it. I took a little power nap last night. So hopefully, I can make it. Goodbye, happy face. You're right, this didn't take very long to knock out this first job. It's like they were just playing in mud. I accuse them of just driving through mud. I gotta get up on top of this thing. And do the inside. I've ridden in a van like this a time or two, but I've never driven one myself. Help people move furniture before and whatnot, but never really had to drive this behemoth. What button did I press? Hold up. What did I press just now that gave me the hints? Hold on. We don't really need the hint, but it would be nice to know what button does it. It's not tab, shift, control, alt. It's not the Windows key. Whoopsie. I don't know what the hint button is, but I could swear I just pressed it by mistake a second ago. Ooh, we could really get low. Ah, it's Q. Okay. Interesting. That's good. They put it right next to your main button. Your forward walking button. They put it right next to, you know, it's next to the W, so that's good. Boom, boom. Grab this tire. What was the craziest place we went to the first time? Mars? We went to Mars. That was the first time on this channel we ever went to Mars. Well, that was a fun time. Is that a kitty? Hey, Mr. Bubbles. Oh my God, Bubbles. I bet you there's an achievement for petting the cat on every map. And I'm going to go for it. We're going to find the cat in every map and we're going to pet them. Yes, indeedy we are. Yeah, the desert was pretty wild. The volcano was probably the most intense part. I can't say there was a bad map among them. Even all the DLC maps are great, and we got to do the Back to the Future stuff, which was great. Seems so random, you know? But that is one of my favorite franchises. And we have a new computer now, which helps. Up and down, up and down. How did they... Okay, like, I get the outside being completely filthy, but how did you get the inside so dirty? What'd you do? What did they do to funkify the inside of the cabin like this? It's all shenanigans. Maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe we're just running around dirtying up these places so we can have work. Like when an unhinged fireman will start a fire just so they have a fire to put out. Yeah, that happens. I just see dandelion spores. I do see little particle spores. You see that? Whee! PowerWash services. Another kitty? Oh, it's Ulysses. Mama kitty. I'm assuming mama cat. Unless it's Papa cat. I don't know. I was thinking maybe there would be an achievement for washing the plant. I don't know. Cat stuff. Mementos. I'll get to that in a minute. You have the same mind frame I am, huh? We're going around making these things dirty. Now, the first time, I think it was all the volcano. This time, I don't know. Maybe there's just a bandit that goes around dirtying things. You never know. There's all sorts of weird vandalism out there. People are weird. Wonder what our first big job will be after this van. I guess I don't have to pull the door down and do the whole door, although it would take 2 seconds if we did. Ooh. A whole little dirty area tucked away up in there. Did we get all of the floor? We did. That just leaves you, which I don't think I can get up there. Just have to do it this way. I hope for the best. Okay, I think I just need to get up top now. Oh, nope. I forgot the whole front windshield bunch of goober. Ooh, that sun glare. It gave me a little hint system there of how to... Okay. We got a little visual hint system going on now, huh? I like that. Much improvement. Yeah, sometimes we get stuck. Y'all remember. Oh, y'all remember how it was before. Sometimes we get through with a job and have like 1% dirt somewhere and have no earthly idea where we missed a spot. None whatsoever. This was a very quick job, though. And I don't know if that's just because we are so used to doing this by now, or if it was just small tasks. Ta-da! That subway was bad. Check it out. She's enthralled by her sparkling removal bands. Look, your first dibs on any furniture she cuts across. Keep an eye out. Told you it would all come together. Yeah. Ooh, public facility. Welcome to the town of Detergento, where the past meets the future to manifest a present that we can all live with. A thing happened to us the other day when I asked my colleague to do a deep dive Inventory on our public facilities. We found schematics for a revolutionary convenience installed in 2003, but then almost immediately forgotten about and assured to be a bench. Or assumed to be a bench. The whole thing is just pure detergento. I don't know what that word means. Well, how do I get out of here? There we go. Yeah, it might be a bench. I don't know. I see moving parts. It has electricity running through it. Probably like a bench billboard combo. Washing around at the speed of sound. At places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. What lies ahead only one way to find out. I know he's moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my way instead. Trusting in what you can see. Take my lead and set you free. Follow me, set you free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. Sonic Adventure 2. Oh no. I paraphrase some of the lyrics because I don't remember exact. Eric, please. No more singing. Actually, where is everybody? That was the problem I had the first time we were here. So they just installed this and forgot about it? That sounds about accurate. Okay, where? That is that debt. Where? It's saying down? I'm not seeing anything. You're going to come with me on every job, aren't you? I hear traffic. Well, there are cars going by. Muck coin? No. Help wanted. Can I change the color of the dirt hint color? We were doing green last time, right? We'd found that that was like the better, more helpful part. Okay. I thought it might open, but I wasn't sure. So what is this? Is it a porta potty that lead to the underground subway system? Some sort of security booth? Is it a Paldean Pokemon Center? Is it showing bathroom signs? King. Yeah. Stubborn dirt and grease. Stubborn. Oh, there's an ad here for something. What do we got? What is this an ad for? Driving me barking. Here we woof again. Oh, is it a movie? Written by, produced by, directed by. Okay. It appears to be a movie. A movie by Rainier Wolfcastle. It is going to be my best movie yet. I play the part of a car, possessed by the spirit of a dog. Yep. You always have to get the bottom parts that you didn't even know were there. A gorgeous day for this. Look at that sun. Time to start zipping. Zip. We've already done the top, so we're good. Pop-up restroom is designed only to appear when needed, relying on state-of-the-art camera systems and kinetic motion sensors buried deep within the sidewalk. It would detect from... Okay. So it's a pop-up toilet, like I thought. Dangerous, though, to have it pop up out of the ground like this. There's some idiot's bound to fall off of it. Neat concept, though. It does look like Herbie, doesn't it? I'm surprised they haven't brought that back. I think they did a reboot in the 2000s. Good old Herbster. We haven't done anything with it since. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should be glad, because if they made Herbie today, he'd be some sort of stupid self-driving smart car, and it would just be stupid. Almost there. Almost there. Let's switch to this one. Why can't I move? There we go. Alright, where might there be doors? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Lord help us. You filthy, filthy people. Gross. Gross. There we go. Did I hit Z again by mistake? I did that a lot in the first playthrough, didn't I? I'll change the hotkey after we're done here today. I'll change it so that doesn't keep happening. I found this YouTube channel. I don't want to shout him out because I don't do that kind of thing anymore. I've ran into too many troubles in the past by shouting out other creators. But he has a cleaning business where he cleans up homes. And I watched him clean out what is referred to a trap house, which I always wondered what a trap house was, but basically it's a house that a bunch of drug addicts will get together, rent together, and they put up sheets over all the windows and then just do drugs in the house until they either all die or burn the house down. I shouldn't laugh. I guess that was more like a nervous laugh, but his whole channel is about cleaning up those kind of homes. Very interesting. And he said that he was autistic and cleaning and whatnot was his special interest. And I thought, I've never thought of it like that before. Now, like me, I love cleaning. I'll clean all day. The thought of like dirt and grime doesn't really appeal to me. And I need to like be in a clean environment in order to function or be happy. And I never really thought of it as a special interest, but yeah, I guess that's kind of the way that things are explained now. Autistic people have hyperfixations and special interests. I got my dinosaur shelf over there. I do the YouTube streaming thing, and I clean a lot. Constant cleaning. I'll watch YouTube videos of people cleaning things. I think that's one of the reasons this game appeals to me so much, beyond just like the satisfying or the satisfaction you get out of just generally watching the stuff become cleaner. For me, it's like really satisfying. I don't know. Just get off this floor. Eesh. You also might need to remind me to check in every now and then and see if there's new equipment to buy. Because I kind of bought all the equipment very late the last time. I just kept forgetting to check. Do I wear gloves like that? Sometimes. It depends on what I'm cleaning. When I'm doing general cleaning around the house, not really. I clean the bathroom sometimes. It honestly just depends on how much of a deep dive I'm doing on the toilet. Am I doing a casual, like, am I just cleaning the bathroom once a week or once every 2 weeks? Or am I getting on my hands and knees and scrubbing around the base of the toilet and underneath the rim of the toilet? You know, like how in there am I getting? Because if I'm doing a deep clean, I wear gloves. It's gross, the toilet. But just to like wash dishes and stuff, no, I just do it with my hands. I keep seeing something that's bothering me. That's why I keep hitting that spot right there, thinking something there. I guess there's the bottom. Now hold up, does that open? It does. No wonder. It's a baby changing. Okay, it's a diaper changing station. Okay. I thought that's what that was, but I wasn't sure. He just wasn't wanting to come clean. Liquid cleaning products do all the work. Yeah. You still got to do some scrubbing, though. I mean, it helps break up dirt and grease and grime, but you still got to actually do the scrubbing. Butterfly. This does have the paint scheme of a Pokemon Center, doesn't it? The red and the white. Oh my God. How is the toilet mossy? The first job I ever had was cleaning toilets. When I was a teenager and I got my first job. Truck stop bathroom. Gross. You won't see a grodier, cringier, tankier place. I was cleaning that shit constantly. And what's funny, that was 20 years ago, and let me tell you, I still have dreams about that job and that place. Isn't that weird? I don't dream about any other job I've ever had. Not one. But I will, every once in a while, I will have a dream about my first job. And that was 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago. It's interesting how our brains work. It wasn't necessarily a difficult job. It was constant because it was a very large truck stop. So not only did I have to clean the bathrooms, but I had to clean the rest of the building, sweep, mop, empty the trash. I had to, and you know, I don't know how it is where you are, but like you think the American truck stop, you have like maybe 5 or 6 rows of pumps out front for regular vehicles. Then in the back of the building, you had an entire row of pumps for the trucks, for the 18-wheelers. And each pump had a giant barrel, like a plastic drum next to it, that people would throw their trash in. And I would have to pick that up, put it on the back of my truck, put them all on my truck, drive the truck around to the back of the store, empty them all by hand into the dumpster, then take all the barrels back and put them back. And I had to do that every day. If it was busy, really busy, might have to empty a can twice a day. But it was what it was. I was definitely being underpaid for the work I was doing. But that was the early 2000s. What can you do? God, I think about it now. I think about what people are being paid today. I got my first job. I don't know what minimum wage was when I got my first job. I think I got my first job at 18. Because I remember I got my driver's license so I could drive myself back and forth to work and not have to rely on my parents. And I remember I didn't get my driver's license at 16 like most kids do. I waited until I just had to have it. And I remember getting it at 18. And I was being paid, I think, if memory serves, I was being paid $6 an hour. And I don't remember what the minimum wage was at the time. I think it was, I don't know. It may have been 6. I don't know. I don't remember. Bing, bing. All right, let's knock out this wall. I remember one time, again, back in the 2000s, I don't remember exactly what year this was, but we got a GameStop here in town where I live, and everybody wanted to work for the GameStop. Everybody put in an application. I worked there. I helped set the store up. They needed temporary employees, and then temporary employees that would become full-time employees once the store opened. So I got on there, I got hired. And we had the job of taking like hundreds of games out of storage and putting them into the cases, or taking them, it was taking them out of their cases and putting them into the little drawers behind the desk, because you would put the cases out on the wall and keep the discs locked up behind the counter. And we had to do that for their entire inventory. And then my first day with the store being open came, and I was working behind the register. I hated it. I realized retail was not for me. Funny enough, I'd much rather be cleaning toilets than standing behind a cash register dealing with the customer service type job. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Cleaning to me makes sense. Cleaning to me is therapeutic. I'm kind of cheating at life in that way, to where if you have me do something like this to me is fun. You're not actually making me do something I don't want to do. But if I have to like stand behind a counter and take somebody's order or sell them something, to me that's a nightmare. I don't want to deal with people. So pretty much every job that I've ever had was cleaning, or if it wasn't cleaning, it was like assembly line, working on an assembly line, you know. So I've been very fortunate that I've been able to avoid people. Avoid all the pimples. Now how do I get back in here? Doors on this side. Okay. Wait, I can't put this in here? Then how do I get the top part of this thing? I know the top part of it is dirty. How do I... Wait. Wait. Oh, I'm missing a lot over here. Okay, let's see. Duck down way low. This toilet looks fancy and new. Oh, I can raise the toilet seat. That helps a lot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now how? How do you expect me to get it if I can't bring in the ladder? Oh. Okay. La-ti-da, I suppose. You'll be delighted to learn that the public facilities kinetic sensors have been updated and has been successfully reintegrated into our public convenience network just in time for our upcoming Equinox Festival. Ooh. I can state with confidence that you'll be hearing from us again. Nice. Campsite. Ooh. Campsite. Campsite time. Cat bubbles. So I guess the kitties are just going to join me on every job. I love it. I could see how these could get dirty pretty easily. Uh-oh. I can't move. Did my keyboard die? No? Something funky happened. They look a little too plastic-like. Ring. I hear an owl. Ooh, a telescope. Hey, it moved. I'm not trying to hit the W. Bum, 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 bum. More kitties. Yeah. You both get pets. I do hope they come with me on every job. Be a little tricky to get these nooks and crannies. I didn't mean to press that. I'm trying to press that. Yeah. This is where they keep all the firewood. In this little shed here. I like that the shed is like chest high to me. I hear the birds. This game has great ambience, by the way. The first one did too. This is like manure. Cow or horse manure more than it looks like dirt. I've never been camping before. I'd like to go camping. I should do that one day. I should go camping. Make a good vlog, too. Okay, I don't know what that noise was. Is there any... Yep. Is there any dirt left on this structure whatsoever? Because I'm not seeing any. I think we got it. Well. Cool. Wait, is this sectioned off? I think it might be. Oh, the grill. I remember the first grill we did. We actually did several grills over the course of our career. You know what would really make a great PowerWash Simulator 3 sequel? Is if you did one set maybe in the 50s and 60s. Actually do one that goes through all the decades of the 20th century. I think that would be kind of cool. Because you've done two games now that are basically just like, look at all these neat locations you can power wash. But what if you took it a step further and took us to places in time as well? That's what I would do. Probably what I would have done for the sequel, honestly. Because they have no qualms about it being high fantasy at the same time. Because, I mean, look at the story of the first game. And how wacky that was. So. They could do it. It wouldn't be that hard to pull off. Did I get... Nope. The future is now. Yeah, but still. I mean, think of what all you could do with this concept. Power wash, you know? Fun, exotic locations. I mean, we went to Mars. That's going to be hard to top. Damn. What was that? Oh, I think it's the sound of the chain. Okay, but that got me. I didn't know what that was. I was like, uh-oh. I didn't get got by a bear. I think that's supposed to be the sound of the chain, but it doesn't sound like a chain. It sounds like something else. I don't know. Wait, where did I grab a ladder from? I don't need you. I thought it was telling me I could pick up this. Which is still filthy, apparently. I heard that. Did it fly? Okay, we got everything in here. Okay. Okay. Nope. We don't have. Ooh, I left a lot of dirt. I'm terrible at my job. I guess it's just this big boy now. Yeah, that subway job, on our first job, first round of jobs, the first game, however you want to phrase it. That took a week or better. I even took a vacation in between episodes. Oh, they have a dog. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I see a little dog print. Oh, that's gravel. Okay. Okay, that's gravel in there. That makes sense. Yes and no. It depends on where you are. And for the most part, bears are not inherently aggressive. Like, a bear's not just going to walk up to you and attack you out of the clear blue sky. Bears are actually very passive creatures. The same for coyotes, wolves, mountain lions. We actually have a wide array of, wildlife here that could kill you. But typically most animals will avoid humans at all costs. when you go camping somewhere that has bears in the U.S., typically the thing that you want to do is make sure that your food is secure. You want to keep your food like in a plastic contained bag, and then you put the bag up in a tree where a bear can't reach it. I mean, obviously a bear can climb a tree, but they're more likely not to bother with your stuff if it's up in a tree in a bag. Anytime you've ever like heard anybody that's gotten mauled by a bear or a mountain lion or something, it's because they were being a jackass and messing with it, you know, accosting the animal, abusing it in some way or form. Because most people will camp in one of our national parks, and usually the park areas are set up like this, and the animals will kind of keep their distance, you know. They might come down out of curiosity. You might get a raccoon or a possum or something eating out of the garbage, but you know, animal attacks are usually, and again, there's always room for error, but usually animal attacks are brought on by human stupidity. Mostly. Mostly human stupidity. Oh, Lord. Look at all these spots I missed. The deadliest animals you have there are spiders. That's kind of true here. Like, a black widow will kill you a lot faster than a bear will, you know? That's the same with sharks. You know, shark attacks are very rare. And a lot of very particular circumstances have to line up for a shark to attack a human being. At least on the coast. Like if you're going to the beach or something, you know what I mean? Animal attacks are usually rare. And they're usually provoked and brought on by the human. Not always, but usually. Sometimes you could just wander into an animal's territory unbeknownst to you. That could trigger them to be a little angsty. I don't know. But again, most humans that aren't assholes know to kind of stay within the boundaries that the Forestry Service has set up. But people are gonna people, so... Oh, that was that squeaking. I was like, what is that squeaky noise? Spiders and the chupacabras. You gotta watch for the chupacabras, man. They'll get you. They will snatch you bald-headed. Glass in this game is really annoying me. The glass is kind of hard to clean. That's a huge difference between the first game and the second one here that I'm noticing. Ta-da! Look at that. All clean. Did I get the whole front? Okay. I've never been bitten by anything crazy. I've been bitten by a cat. I've been bitten by a dog, spiders, birds. I got bit by a bunny once. Stung by bees, wasps, obviously. None of those animals ever really broke the skin and did any damage. Yeah, a lot of times, I remember we had pet bunnies once when I was a kid, and then we tried to have pet bunnies again years later, and it just didn't work out. Bunnies are kind of hard to keep. Sometimes they'll nibble. Again, never broke the skin. I've had cats bite me and scratch me. They're playing, they don't mean to, but they'll tear and scratch. But birds peck. I've only ever had them barely, like pet birds, mind you. I've only ever had them like barely tear the top layer of the skin. They've never drawn blood before. Wasp and bees, those stings obviously are stings. It's going to swell up because there's venom in their sting. Now when I was real little, like 5 years old ish little, I did have a neighborhood dog turn aggressive, and it bit me in the arm. Now its fangs did go all the way into my flesh, down into the meat, and I tried to pull away, like, you know, I didn't know any better, so his tooth snagged and ripped my flesh open. But it was small. I still have the scar to it to this day. But that was really the only time I've ever been like, well, we need to take him to the hospital. He's been bit by an animal situation. Spider bites, ant bites. You get bit by bugs all the time, especially when you're younger and you're outside a lot as a kid. You get eat up by bugs all the time. Mosquitoes are the worst. But as far as like animal attacks from mammals or larger animals, not really. Just that one time being bit by a dog. I don't even, again, I was too young to remember what the situation was exactly. I remember he was in my yard, so there's that. Jellyfish. I've been stung by jellyfish before at the beach. It stings a little bit. It itches a lot. I think it itches more than it stings. Annoying. Really annoying. Really annoying. This is the worst part of any job. Having to get down here and get under the eave of the house. I hate shit. I hate this part. Bam. Bam. Alright, now we just work on the side. Ooh. Scar on your hand, chest, old cats. Cats are always a gamble. Like the cat we have now, I think he's autistic. He's definitely special. And sometimes he'll love on you and let you pet him, and then other times he's, well, tear your hand up. And not in a playing way, like in a don't touch me way. And he's bipolar. It could switch from one second to the next. American Dad had a whole joke about that. There was one time where the character Steve befriended a cat, and he would pet it, and then it would tear him up. That was one of the funnier bits that show ever did. I should have kept watching American Dad. American Dad was always way better than Family Guy. Roger was the best. He was ridiculous and I loved him. But I kind of just stopped watching all those shows, you know. I even stopped watching The Simpsons for a while. I had to download all the seasons and get caught up. All the ones that I missed. We're going to have to get up on the roof now. We're going to take care of this window. Alright, you little heathen. You can actually see the water running down the glass, which is nice. I don't think we had that in the first one. Oh, snap. This little lamp is still... There we go. Alright. Oh. Back of the bowl, huh? Anything else down here? Anything else? All right, let's climb up. I think getting this top part's probably going to be the quickest out of everything. Ironically enough. You know, surprisingly enough, I don't have to change the batteries on my mouse and keyboard too often. I remember back when I first started doing wireless keyboard and mice years and years and years ago, I had to change them a little more often, but now they're pretty good on power consumption. I mean, I maybe have to change my batteries once a year in my keyboard, maybe. I think the batteries that are in there now probably been in there a year or two. Nah, I fell down. What's this kind of hard to... There we go. Okay. Splat. Alright. Telling me I have that. Wow, that was the last little bit, huh? Ta-da! Just heard that we got our deposit back after watching that amazing vid. I'm not surprised. Incredible, incredible job. Thank goodness for you and that amazing portable power washer of yours. Hopefully the bear, or whatever it is, didn't wake up or bother you. You left it sleeping in the lodge and didn't know whether to mention it or not. There was a bear in there. You left in me with a bear. There's a bear in there. But my cats don't seem too bothered by that, so, best part of this game, easily. I think that's all my cats. Those two and then the one over here. Wherever it went. Groucho. Bubbles. Pet Bubbles. Yeah. Hey, there's the gnome. He's way down there. I didn't see him the first time. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any other kitties. I think that's about all the kitties. Okay, and I think that's about all we're going to power wash for today. Yeah, we're back with more power washing. The Power Wash Simulator 2. I'll sprinkle this in over the next few months when I want to chill and do something easy. And I don't want a super hard episode or a super hard stream and we just want to chill and hang out together. We'll play some Power Wash Simulator 2. Alright. See ya, folks.